Genghis Khan, known as the Khan of the Burned Earth, led a nomadic army that did not conquer territories. It erased them. They ruthlessly exterminated men, and old men. Not once, not with mercy, not with hesitation. Typically, young girls and women were not killed, but taken away, ripped from burning homes, from blood-soaked cradles, from the arms of their dead fathers. Just so you know, if warriors surrendered, they weren't slaughtered. No, they were absorbed, swallowed into the beast's ranks, accepted for service instead of being killed. Genghis Khan followed the laws of Yassa faithfully. But let's not pretend these laws were forged in cruelty. And yet, even within this chaos, Genghis Khan managed to be called a just and powerful ruler. Former enemies, their blood not yet dry, were honored, yes, honored, to serve in his army. Genghis Khan was revered by the people of the steppe. They whispered his name with trembling awe. They spoke of him with great admiration, describing him as a generous and noble leader, a man who would give up his own possessions for others. And maybe, just maybe, he believed in what he built. This individual possessed exceptional leadership skills. Skills that ensured not only the prosperity of his society, but the tight grip over his soldiers, and the mechanical efficiency of his household. No emotion, no wasted movement, just order under steel. It is worth noting that there was indeed a level of meritocracy present in Genghis Khan's empire. But don't let that word fool you. This wasn't fairness, it was function. Despite what many believe, historians have noted that the Mongol army included a significant number of women, not just concubines, not just playthings, no, warriors, women fully prepared for battle and for the butchery it demanded. European women, with their pale complexions and alien beauty, were highly prized by the Mongols. Beautiful women, once captured, had the chance to survive. But survival did not mean peace. There was no love, no harmony, only the constant crawling dread of existing beneath the eye of a captor. Still, it was better than the alternative: humiliation, mockery, slow death. After the fall of Dorene, the capital of the Asian Empire, the collapse came not like a wave, but like a blade. The powerful Turk and Khatan, she who once commanded nations, was dragged away with her bloodline. Her relatives were shackled. Her children, those of the ruling dynasty, were swiftly eliminated. No heirs, no future, just silence. The women of the harem, they were given away like trinkets, bestowed upon Genghis Khan's subordinates as wives, a polite word for possession. And the former Shaheen, the Lady of Women, her fate was a descent into horror. She, along with other noblemen from Khwarezm, was packed into a captive caravan bound for Karakoram, the Mongolian capital. They were not guests, they were tribute. Their purpose, to serve the court of the great Khan. The concubines. It was a common practice, too common. Noble Mongol warriors took captive women for their harems. First and foremost, it was a symbol of dominance, of blood-earned privilege, of rank. And remember, Mongols held European women in high regard, not for who they were, but for how they looked, for the way they glowed under torchlight, for how their screams sounded different when the door closed. Furthermore, the Mongols viewed captured women as a significant symbol of triumph over their adversaries, trophies of carnage, fleshly proof of conquest. To them, it wasn't just a raid, it was a ritual, a message, demonstrating the undeniable superiority of the victor. The Mongols held the belief that those who couldn't safeguard their women were deemed unworthy of life itself. Even though concubines were expected to unquestioningly obey their lords, some captives, were able to rise to prominent positions within their new families. Dorene, the wife of Genghis Khan's third son, Ogad, is considered one of the most renowned captives. Despite not being European, she was under his rule from 1246 to 1248. And yet, after her husband passed away, the woman, this former captive, achieved remarkable leadership and governed Mongolia for a significant 4-year period. But for every Dorene, 1,000 voices were silenced. The victims, Tragically, the lives of countless female captives were cut short, snuffed out before they even reached the harem, before they were even labeled as concubines. Following the capture of villages and towns, a horrifying wave of violence swept through, staining the earth with screams. Innocent civilians were subjected to unspeakable acts of brutality, mutilated, torn apart, before being tragically taken from this world. Some, in a final act of defiance, took their own lives, and when the dust settled, leaders still dripping with the stench of war bestowed young women upon warriors as a reward for their bravery in battle, allowing them to enjoy themselves. Enjoy. That word now soaked in blood. Regrettably, this mindset was prevalent towards women in general, and girls with a European appearance were highly valued, seen as a valuable gift for a courageous warrior. Given the uncertain future and high risk of death, the warrior seized the opportunity and took what he wanted, ravaged what he could. The present was all that mattered. Of course, there were instances where the unfortunate managed to survive, and were even brought along with the caravan, like cattle. Typically, women who managed to survive the nomads' activities were deemed useless to society, left behind. Some unfortunate individuals may have been abandoned in the steppe, left to perish, alone, cold, nameless, due to their lack of nourishment or exhaustion. However, it is important to note that not all Mongols were monsters. Many made efforts to uphold the honor of women. Some had no intention of causing harm, but the blood-soaked exceptions don't erase the rule. It was common practice for warriors to offer or trade captives of great beauty to their commanders, gifts of skin and sorrow. The Mongols, being practical individuals, didn't just destroy anything that could benefit them financially or elevate their status. The fate of the captives who ended up in Genghis Khan's harem is quite revealing. Genghis Khan's concubines. Genghis Khan had 4 official wives and, according to some sources, over 7,000 concubines. The great Khan's prowess in the realm of sexual pleasures was not the sole reason for his reputation. The captured women, particularly those from Europe, served as a symbol of Genghis Khan's power and further solidified his authority. Following each raid, the Khan would be presented with the most stunning women and girls. He would then decide whether to gift them to his loyal warlords or add them to his harem as precious additions. Branded, veiled, voiceless. Although women in the harem lacked power, they were not subjected to torture or harassment by policy, not by mercy. These women were provided with ample nourishment, encouraged to take care of themselves, and instructed in playing musical instruments or other essential skills as needed. They frequently utilized the talents of the captives, which could prove advantageous. Now, let's delve into the intriguing, or rather unsettling, account of China. Chinese General Mang Hun, according to his writings, during a diplomatic mission to the north, our messenger found himself in the company of the Khan, who graciously invited him to partake in a celebratory feast. To the messenger's surprise, he was seated alongside the Khan's wife, Princess Lyman, and 8 concubines, referred to not as prisoners, not as slaves, but as ladies. During every meal, this unique experience left a lasting impression on the messenger. The concubines possessed a stunningly fair complexion and exquisite beauty. Notably, women who possessed beauty or skills in the harem of the great Khan were treated differently. It's hard to believe that in our modern era, women were referred to as ladies, even when they were prisoners of war, selected like fruit from the tree of conquest. But as history shows, it was a societal expectation at the time. During the reign of the renowned Genghis Khan, a captivating element of his entourage was a group of 20 young ladies who were skilled musicians. These talented individuals accompanied Genghis Khan on all of his military campaigns, providing a melodic backdrop to his conquests. The renowned conqueror, with an intriguing demeanor, had a deep passion and admiration for music. It's interesting to note that the wives of defeated lords from other states would often become the Khan's concubines. According to a legend, one of his close associates was told by the Khan himself about the ultimate pleasure for a man. The Khan believed that a man's greatest joy came from conquering his enemies, making them flee, seizing their possessions, witnessing their loved ones in tears, riding their horses, and embracing their daughters and wives. Receiving concubines as rewards or through other means was a common practice among rulers like Genghis Khan. For female prisoners, gaining entry into the harem of a powerful leader was often seen as a favorable outcome. There's a fascinating story of a Khan who, after having a prophetic dream, decided to give away one of his concubines. It's fascinating how the Khan provided an explanation for giving away his wife. Once again, this highlights the treatment of women during Genghis Khan's era, not always as equals, but with a certain level of respect. Unfaithfulness was the one offense that could lead to the execution of a concubine, regardless of whether the Khan was involved with her or not. Genghis Khan had a strong sense of ownership and was fiercely protective of his property. For instance, it was widely known that the Khan had a deep fascination with Kulan of the Market clan. Nayi was sent to introduce the beauty to the Khan, as he was a close associate. During the return journey, Nayi, concerned about the warrior's behavior, decided to host the young woman at his place for 3 days. In a fit of rage, Genghis Khan demanded the servant be executed. However, Kulan bravely intervened, defending Nayi by revealing his claim to noble lineage. Due to the presence of resentful warriors, he decided to leave us at his residence. I can't imagine what would have become of us if we hadn't crossed paths with Nayi and he hadn't taken us under his wing. Please spare him from torture, but if the Khan is willing to show me mercy, I kindly request that my innocence be thoroughly investigated. This passage encapsulates all the points discussed earlier. If the captive did not have the fortune of becoming a concubine for the Mongol leaders or the Khan himself, it was likely that she would become the source of entertainment for the ordinary warriors, who were generally not very formal. After they were finished with her, she met a tragic fate, either through their actions or her own impending demise. We hope you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're a history addict, and please let us know about what civilization or time period we should talk about.